Sorry for the stopping the transmission. I actually didn't know what happened, but sometimes it happens like that in Mfa and Cheme. And Mama mentors from where I ended. I'm actually discussing NDC Youth Manifesto now. Nipebi Maya Margin said they just want to bring the whole thing down. Now let's go to Kwadwo Sheldon and Sembia Wakanfa NDC Youth Manifesto no.
You have presidential candidates coming in to stand in front of the youth talking about I am going to remove taxes on bet. We have they cut across, and I'm saying you people they deserve your leaders. This is what they will give to you. When obi I say yes, I am going to defend the ballot paper when you remove or if you remove what
NDC will improve the free SHS and ensure dedicated.
So there's no they are not going to cancel.
No, they are not going to cancel. Yes, the free SHS. So
were they not the same people that said it's going to?
I remember 2020 they say free quality senior high school before free senior high school.
Okay, so that's what they are going to do.
Yeah, but now they say they go do the free and make sure it is quality.
Oh, okay. So right now it's free and quality. Yes, it's not quality and free.
No.
Not be them talk say when they come to power, it's going to take a very long time for them to reset Ghana back to Ghana get back to the Mafit and
yeah.
So the 4 years that Mahama will come to power,
it's already free. So now they go make sure say the quality.
The quality comes with funding. So where is he going to get the funding?
They say then good work on it.
Then go. And I was like,
a very stupid question Kwadwo Sheldon Bisawa. And this is the man NDC for common discussing Omrambe cover NDC program. He is asking say. Promises na John Mama I promise in the youth manifesto no oba obenyeska wa hen. But he is confident saying say on the way Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, but he has failed to ask the same question to Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia say oba ehem for no kura so betu oba ka obenyeska wa hen. Ombisa sa question no. 1 cedi 2 cedi now so be man mobile phone obenyeska wa hen. Kwadwo Sheldon is saying say on this asem no. But rather no when John Dramani Mama ka say no oba na obema level 100 of universities ako school free there. He is asking say ubenye sika na wo he no de Ghana.
For a government, for a country where every single year that a budget is run, your budget they run into deficit. Bro, next year we they go Eurobond this thing revisitation we they enter be that. We don't even have we don't have money unless you, bro. You see, when I always talk, say when you come up with some of these things, tell us how you are going to raise the funds. He's talking about employment.
Yeah.
He was president when he was asked about employment issues in this country, and he said he's not a magician to create jobs for the Ghanaian youth. We have, evidence to that effect. But once upon a time, he sat on a platform or he stood on a platform and said he wasn't a magician to actually provide jobs for Ghanaian youth. Right now, he's in a position to create jobs, more jobs to, have an effect on the 24-hour economy. Beautiful. Clap for him. He will do it. And actually, look at a country where a youthful policy is to remove betting, tax from betting so that the youth can bet more. Look, a country where the youth no get jobs do, and that is the reason why they are doing this thing. You are coming to remove betting on taxes so that it will enable and capacitate more people to bet more. That is when a youth policy.
I don't even understand this guy. Say, John Mama can say, when you're a magician to provide job for the youth, or can't time Ben John Mama can't say something. When they get the platform, they understand the whole issues are who will be on no crack of us for this guy to be doing this, and then NDC for who's a opponent, or find on cover a program, or cover we are, then he come back to insult you with things he said there, then trying to misinterpret everything he said there to his audiences or to his followers. One would say very strange. Very, very strange. But that is the kind of society we live in, because nipa na kwa AF koma ene mano, why na dwen say ono adwen ne kwa kita no kwa no on apply. Adwen na e de mano no why na dwen say on apply. John Mama njina ba bia nka say onye magician na wapagma ma youth on cast asem no ba bia da. Kwadwo Sheldon should come and prove it. It's also a proof for her. He should prove it to Ghanaians and say, and by His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, whilst being a president, or cast asem oh baby. There is nowhere he said things like that. But for that is the kind of society we live in. We live in a community. But anyway, let's move on. And then I'm going to take you straight to the Youth Manifesto. Now, after the yen didi ho enkomo kakra hwe ade me pa cho NDC and John Dramani Mahama a whole manifesto targeting the youth in Ghana. Abba, this is the copy. This is why we need copy. We are not me send me a message. I will just send you a copy on that. But you use the comment section on this YouTube platform, and then if you need one, you send me a message. Then I will send you a copy of that. And that is the youth manifesto, geared towards the youth of our dear nation, Ghana. So I'm going to take you through within the next 20 minutes or so. Now, maybe I will not get time to read everything said here. I just want to take you straight away. But let me just make myself a bit smaller so you see whatever is written here. That's something I wanted to share. All right. Enti over me Nana Jane and his excellency John Dramani Mahama at the book mu kama pa and near Muhammad be a youth development ho adwuma and e ba be rush bibia boko there. That's it. So nyamre na wo hweme. Wa wo say we Ghana youth na the way a omo nyina true support dem John Dramani Mahama say brabiem na be chichire man no. Eno na ebo nkrofo bi hu no. That is what is actually scaring a lot of people. Say, hey, papa, Ghana for Ajina Tumpa or Baba Jiga Ama Boni Yedi Nina Tobe, Daho and those kind of things. And no name Sema Eha amount for in our society. No. Now Mumpo John Dramani Mahama is coming. January 2025, December 24th, this year, 7th December, year to Obama John Mama when in January, I swear in as president. Why won't you say no? This is all part of full be. Wow, one tiasi no. Yes, sir. Ukope eduma fufuru bi eye. And John Dramani Mahama say, among other things, he will initiate eduma program as a startup engine to facilitate the creation and tracking and monitoring of a minimum of 10,000 youth established business annually. Into Afibia within the 4 years of our president. Obe more they say, a mabunu 10,000 binya eduma aye. And that's a time no quarantine. Ochina, that is the only thing we're gonna do. So 1 or 2 things be my a womb, then you get what it entails here. Until young Kwanesa. So if I send a kind of copy, you just comment it, then I will send you a copy. Etty Child said the youth organizer seems double agents to you. In here. Charlie. Yeah, I don't think so. But sometimes when I say Jumano, yeah, na a style be enti a bit more for money man. No was your much. Me that is something I've actually seen. Say you will Ghana, you need to be very very careful with them. Bit a minute call Sheldon near my way. Enti say udinachi. Now one year careful. Time be no problem. That is the kind of tenor. Me who say just say ye hwe san microphone ye because ya nyene ye a ebe ha adwen. All right, so let me take you once again to the youth manifesto. Yen starting free agriculture. Facho yen starting free agric. A. Implement a land and farm project. A structured framework to ensure young farmers have access to land, farming inputs and support for animal rearing and other agriculture businesses across the supply chain in the various districts. So what it means here is say within the district, a buyer under His Excellency John Dramani Mahama behe say young person be a kuku ayomwa kwanya befa so benya mfudie ene niema yano, he will make sure say it is being distributed to the whole nation. That is a better policy because one will say farm inputs ya there ni nyedin ne Bonso edin enti se aban ba be so e maburu na se ama se wo pe bia onsa kan bi wo pe se wo ye mwa onsa kan bi wo pe support bia onsa kan bi even asase kura na aban ne na nanam hemfo be collaborate se ne be ya wo hwehwe bia onsa betimi aka bi. I think say that is something very very good, but key policies bi wa dey ma we need to check it very very well. establish farmers service centers to support farmers, especially young farmers, by also serving as guarantee of farm inputs in the form of improved seeds, fertilizers, and other things. Under His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, now fertilizers were being distributed for free. So what he is saying here is say, obeso mabulina say na ope fertilizer, ope seeds in for you get it at hand. Also, these kind of things in an idea a bit me abwa ama niemano etimi etumpon. I will go in much into a Greek akochirao policy a kuyafo nyina ebenya ne afa ne pension scheme nyina. We're going to discuss all those kind of things. Inti say na meka na ebi o china mom na we're going to get time to go from page 1 to the last page. By none of the ye bobo na poso for the sake of time. And so what question being so on this patch will be to me episode, then I'll take my time to also bring it on. Ebiana adibi what asembi but on sheda and TSA year. I will take my time to take you through, and then we do all these kind of things together with ourselves, because yanyan is enuanum yanom de azawe bi da amanfo e Ghana ho a neman bibiro ho a it doesn't necessarily make sense, but obenden. And I'm not saying say ade bi a book we and I say manifesto me na aban NDC for ya. No, I'm not saying things like that. Yeah, one or two bi ma many aban and sheda, but that is part of the job. We need to do it like that. All right. Accelerating the development of youth in the informal sector. Promote the reorganize of prior learning centers, step up certificate program to deliver a structured pathway for artisans. So what did me say and say, wow, person we yen no juma no. Ye be o yen no juma no wi ye be ma certificate ama ye hu say ukosu mason a we mason. Ukoye carpenter, ukoye carpentry, wapon ho. Ukoye fitting, or fitting upon ho. Inti aban no de name bi ba obema ya ma certificate, and then ebe hye nkran. Saa na mpanyifo no so amoso kire nkwara na de no so no aban no mu nyina betimi up. Na monso ebi akwara no bi kwa technical and vocational education a ubetima be practical training ewo ho. About all these kind of things in ewo in the people's and the youth manifesto. ABM and this is what the idea by the money your insurance scheme. But I like this kind of thing. Money your implement the money your insurance scheme to provide special pension schemes for informal sector workers such as commercial drivers, farmers, fishermen, traders, market women, creative and artisans to improve the quality of their livelihood in retirement. I like it very, very well. Money your waye adwuma wako ahogie mu no senia obi oye abaye adwuma oye teacher ni o oye nurse o oye doctor o oje pension scheme no NDC under the leadership of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama so the mo ne yo insurance scheme bi ba also ko pensioner also ubenya o pension pay through the money yo we na ka si nipa da adwen ho ehunu how a ewo manum the whole solution eba. Nabisa Alhaji Dr. Mamudu Bawumia say, Okase the policy ni so obono betua na nanoma him for car. A dear solution ena sa policy no eba be solve. So we are buying na say policy out there no any solution any correlation with the challenges in the society na be solve ya, then it is total useless. Until most of the things that Mamudu Bawumia cannot, you could see say onim asema woka. Enti money your health insurance, money your insurance scheme no. Ade be say eba be so people in the informal sector na say send be ya also little contribution abe no. Okọ ahogie ma abra wa ba abrewa na akokora also onsa beka o pension pay and as a retirement package be. That is something we need to be doing because ya nyanyema get ya Ghana nkwane maya obo say obi movie industry nim or creative art industry nim or cop pensioner anaso yare a agese siriska ene da koma no ye papa ya osapon na say hu say onama ye siriska ene de ama no Kyei Kabobo, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama command this car. All those time of this kind of man, now you too late. Oh yeah, meet my boni bebre, and that is the challenger. Yeah, Papa John Dramani Mahama and NDC for who said they need to solve it. Ghana kuya for Dawson, our minum, and so kuya ni be a pensioner. Uni sika bia kuya ni betima dos supply aduane to the nation na do cocoa na yes na me papa say cocoa farmer me na I cocoa farmer da omo bress obaba abrewa no there's nothing for them bia ni hwe de ma no ubi a driver ni otwika saa onya accident twa ne saba ko twa ne na ba ko a that is the end of their life we not the kwan chen no so this car and actual co station to station no pa driver for choose mo miska basenka your pension package bi ho de masa nipa no and or contribute sika bi towards it say na be ya okwa ahogie ma on so be nya sa ne ni bia anka be boa and that is what we want in our society. Ipa cha mo mayen to aba na ma NDC say na be ya ye betimi age Ghana no asi ho. Say anya ne sa e the problem and be ba man no. Ipa cha these things no e ade a e be boa. Then let's go to the 1 million coders programmer. Yura Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia awia. And now waka. So under the leadership of John Dramani Mahama, this is to the youth of Ghana. He will make sure that we train 1 million youth coders in in-demand supply digital skills for the growing business process, outsourcing, and the knowledge processor outside outsourcing ecosystem. Let me explain it here. Yebe create youth program be a 1 million coders program. Now that program no ebe chire nipa how to code. Na ye code u code in services a ebe hia e wo wiase. To the sense if you are buying ko ebe time export o. Na okope bibi e de abafie. A typical example no say India. It was a government policy say India for nyina nsua how to code and then for that matter an IT. In the world, no, ube say, baby abefa obeko IT sector biya no, ubenya India niya oteho. Because it was a government policy. Ena abayano a targeti youth ne Indian youth they are into IT. And that is exactly the same thing. Ena His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Pese Odeba. I think that this is something we need to applaud him for that. Because NDC to me implemented that program where I assure you, say, in the next 10 years to come, no, Ghana babunu biye benya adwuma and we na chance nipa ni made a oye. Uni made a oye. E pa cho me do ko health and so ye bobo na person but I will take you through from A to Z na bibia ho. Nti under health there is something I read under health I think say okay mame. Aside 24 hours I bet me ama more people coming to nursing and I say for no. Enya adwuma no John Dramani say Obema yasiafa nipa dodo na ewa nursing school mu onfa cap bia into so. One will say there is something NPP when they came back to power or when they came to power and they did. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama was in office now. Say na nursing schools employ nipa 9,000. Me the example na the whole nation. Na na admo buy no enom the cap bitu so say 9,000 ye ntimi mfa be fa nipa 3,000 pe. Na 3,000 ye san ye o maza say ye mamu sika. But say ke the sika MSC more health facilities are. Na ye fa nipa dodo na anka ye nya problem bia with nurses. So that is what John Dramani Mahama say obey president obesen aye. Obesen is a cap na free ho, then they employ more nurses and then more students could be admitted into nursing schools and then when they come back and so obeba na adwuma wo ho a obabaye. But there is something I read in it I like it. Oko 11 reintroduce and regulate the vehicle waiver scheme for health professionals. But also the previous one, I think it was under President Kufo. Now we a health worker. Now we import a car bagana we in free. And then along the point, it has had in them. John Dramani Mahama so ba or health profession in ma. Obe make sure say and as obe introduce vehicle waiver tax. Amamo. Na say e bia na say what the car kwakoto ka frebuchi ba man ma tax bi that so e be isa tax na free so say be ya o ho betimi ahan o. This is something I really appreciate. Enti e was NDC for it implement all these kind of things gradually. Send the beya tima munibia bitimi enye NPP for
Nkwasiafo pa ma Jimmy NPP for Jimmy
enti abusanfo enne medembesi wa na nyame adom ochena. I'll come back and then we go through all the pages in the NDC Youth Manifesto. And yet document it's just 16 pages. So we could actually go from page 1 to 16. Now if you the more we na nyame adoma ya bobo so na if you also wanya bi say na beya wusia unua na obisa o NDC ho asema ubenya bi aka meda we bi ase medin ani William Monofie Amankona.